What's up, podcast fans? This is a very special episode of the Million Pound Mission podcast, where you're going to get to listen in as I do a strategy session with one of my coaching clients for my Transformation ReBoot program. The goal of each one of these strategy sessions is to help my client identify, analyze, and prepare ahead for their top transformation danger zones. If you think that you could benefit from a coaching session like this, you can head on over to millionpoundmission.com and check out all of the information on my Transformation ReBoot membership. Now, let's dive into the episode. All right, Tracy, welcome to your hot seat session live from the tub. What would you like to focus on this time?
Oh, I have a couple of keto questions.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so dairy, I'm big into dairy and cheese, and it's been getting, I think, a bad rap lately. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I do better without dairy with my keto, but we definitely want to do organic. We definitely want to do grass-fed, pasture-raised. We have to, because we don't want to be megadosing like estrogen hormones and stuff from the cows and the things. So if we're gonna do dairy, let's do that. I don't think it would be a bad idea to limit a little bit. Like if you're getting a lot of your calories from dairy, let's maybe throttle that back, especially if you feel like any allergy issues, sleep issues, weight loss, stall issues, things like that. Then I would tweak things just a little bit. So we could, just minimize, maybe take one of your normal things out. You can keep like heavy cream, but maybe take cheese out or something like that and just kind of experiment a little bit. But if you're happy with the results, keep doing for sure. But if you start to notice one of those things, allergies, sleep, digestion, constipation, or weight loss stall, then I would say let's tweak it a little bit. So does that help? Okay.
Yes. So I may try it, just experiment with it and see.
Yeah. Maybe do it like a couple of weeks and just take it out and just see what happens. And that way it's not a forever choice, but I think it's worth comparing because that's, my first round of really doing keto the correct way last year. I was pretty heavy on dairy calories. And then I went more clean eating paleo for the winter months. And I came back this spring back into paleo or keto, but I took all the dairy out. And I'll do cheese like once a week. I really like the Real Good Food pizza, which is the cauliflower crust pizza, which is available at Kroger, which is amazing. And so that'll be a little shot of cheese in there. Like once a week, I'll have I usually share it with Hannah, so I'll do a couple pieces, and then she'll have the other couple pieces or whatever. But very limited. It's not every day for sure, and I'm noticing a difference with that. So something to compare and contrast and see what happens with your body.
Okay, good,
cool. What else?
Well, and then macros. When we went to KetoCon, they're saying you don't have to bother to fill up your fat macros. Okay, so how am I supposed to balance it now? You still have to get the protein, and that's my question.
Well, I think, so we're on a weight loss journey still. Like you're at the tail edge of it, but like we're wanting to just kind of lean up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So having like an awareness of our calories, I feel like is an important thing. Mm-hmm. What like Maria Emmerich was saying is you want to make sure we're under like the two really hardcore focus points for her were we're under a certain amount of carbs, we're over a certain amount of protein, and then the rest gets filled in with fat. So I don't think it was don't worry about fat or don't, but that's just, and if we don't fill that in with fat, like if the calories are a little bit lower one day, what she was saying is our body fat will suffice for that need for fat. So that was my kind of takeaway of what she had to say. So I tend to like what Robert Sykes was teaching, where he cycles his calories. All right. So where with that, he teaches being very dialed in to all three macronutrients, which is kind of my philosophy as well. And then we can drip down the calories or drip up the calories based off of what our goals are. If it's fat loss, then we take a really slow calorie drip down, where when I talked to him, he said, 25 to 50 calories per week. We just take things down. But he does that with a straight calorie number every single day. I've kind of added my own tweak with the calorie cycling, which I'm doing, which I really like. And I even quit taking my calories down, and I'm still dropping body fat just from, I do higher calorie days when I strength train, lower calorie days when I'm doing a rest day, and I'm losing weight. But if you take the average across the week, it's that same calorie number that I was doing every single day. So it's the same total calories, but it's just on days when I want to utilize like muscle gain, I have more calories. When I'm doing more fat loss or just like, recovery days, it's lower calorie or moderate calorie. So I put that course in that little mini course is loaded up for you inside the membership. So I would watch that. That's something I would, I think that might be a nice little variable, because you've been doing keto really consistently for long enough. Well, maybe I would let you pick and choose. So next, I would only do one of the two. Don't do both. We can save it. But over the next couple of cycles, we might do one cycle, no dairy. And the next cycle, we do calorie cycling. And we just see, or if you have like tremendous results going no dairy, then do another cycle, see if it repeats. But then once things start to kind of level out, do the calorie cycling. Or if you feel like you want to try that first, do that. And maybe just, take a tiny bit of dairy out or whatever, just kind of pull back a little bit. But one or the other, which one do you feel like would be like, I want you to do something you feel like you're interested in, like that you're kind of like, oh, that sounds exciting, because that'll kind of give you we need those little sparks. I got fired up about it. I'm like, ooh, this is a nice variable. It's different. And I just like there are certain like when I strength train, I get really hungry. So having extra calories, I'm like, this is great. I feel like I'm eating and I'm fueling the fire. And then on days like today, it's a recovery day, I'm not that hungry, and I have a much lower calorie number for that day. And it really vibes with me. So what are you thinking, Tracy?
Yeah, the calorie cycling sounds good to me, because I don't know what I can eat in substitution of cheese. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So let's implement this for the next 28-day cycle. So we have the next week to kind of think this through. So what I want you to do homework wise is watch the video I posted in there. Is I've got just some parameters of how many high calorie, I have high, moderate, and low cal days. But again, it's going to average out to whatever you've been doing for your calories. That's the number that I want across the board to hit the average. So if you've been averaging 1,800 calories, I still want that, but it might be your high day is 2,000, your moderate day is what you're at now, 1,800, and your low day would be 1,600, and averages out to 1,800 across the board. But in the mini course, I give you like how many days I want what, when to do like your heavier workout days. Let's do the higher calorie day. And then if you have a rest day, for sure, do the low cal day. And man, like I feel like it's going to, with my own results and the people that I've had do it so far, I feel like we're getting a really nice metabolic response. 'Cause that's the only thing I don't necessarily like about same calories every single day. Your body's like really gets in that rhythm and going, kicking in like, ooh, we got more calories to process. And then all of a sudden, whoop, the bottom dropped out. And, so it's, and that's the thing is I stayed at my calorie number for a month, and my weight loss kind of stabilized. And then I started messing with this, and I dropped 2 pounds the first week. And I'm not, necessarily trying to lose weight, but it's the exact same workouts, exact same calories. It's just the cycling. So I feel like it's a stimulus, and, we'll try it out and see what happens. But, so we've got a week to watch the video, set up those days. And what I do inside MyFitnessPal is I just change my goal number of calories every day. So I go in there, whatever it is, that way, that's what I use to track all my stuff. So you say like, oh, it's, you'll say how many carbs, how many fats, how many proteins, and all that. So does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Excellent. So that's your homework. And then just, if you have questions about it, just email me, and I can help you map out what days to do what. And I think it'll be good.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Great. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Any other keto questions or any other questions?
No, that was it for the keto questions. The other is probably going to be a call in itself, but motivation, I'm an obliger, so the internal
Yeah.
motivation is not always there. And
Well, I think,
it,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was just to say for certain things like you know I get just overwhelmed, and when I have it goes to like work, I have a million charts I need to do this weekend. I didn't do any of them yesterday because it's like there's this mountain, and I don't even want to start climbing it. And same kind of thing, like sometimes with my house, like, I'm just overwhelmed, so I
Mhm.
just kind of close my eyes and ignore it.
Yeah. So it's that whole oblige or rebellion thing that Gretchen Rubin talks about. Like you oblige and oblige and oblige until you have just hit your wit's end, and then you just shut it down and you're
Mm-hmm.
like done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's a hard thing to dig out of. But what we can do, I think, just adding, like especially with your health, and we talk motivation, like it's more about adding new little tweaks that you're excited about. So like this calorie cycling thing, it's like, ooh, this is a new thing. It kind of gives me something to think about, and it's easy, and it'll produce a result. Just stimulation like that will help a lot with. And then if you see a little result, you're like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna keep going with this because I just got that carrot, and that's good. But with like just that's something I'm still trying to figure out how to pull people back out of that obliger rebellion. I think you have to acknowledge it first, and be like, okay, I'm totally in the tank with this, with these charts or whatever. Like I'm in a bad mindset about it. And usually a deal like with an obliger, with that tendency, it deals with like you've been putting others first or others' needs first in front of yours for so long, it just kind of pisses you off. So there usually has to be some sort of conversation with a colleague or a coworker or a family member or whatever of like, hey, this is kind of where I'm at with this. I want to dig out of it, but I need to have this conversation with you because this is what's happening. And this is what put me here in the first place, because, you give me all these charts, or maybe it's like, you're not getting to your charts because you're so busy doing other stuff. And so maybe that's where the conversation needs to happen of, kids, I need your help around the house to do some things so I have more time to do this. And I'm kind of just shut down mode. So kind of just unravel the ball of twine backwards, think like, all right, here's where I'm at. I'm acknowledging the obliger rebellion is happening. I'm shutting down, and then follow the breadcrumbs back to kind of the source of what's creating that. And then try to usually it's just a conversation that needs to happen as far as digging out of that. And let me know how it goes, because I'm still trying to figure it out too.
Okay.
It's hard though, because it's just those life situations where, there's different levels of it, but some of them are just dug in. It's been years of obliging, putting others first. And then you're like, I see this happen with a lot of moms, with kids, especially. They're like, I just do everything for those kids and nothing for myself. And all of a sudden, you hit that wall and you just shut it down, and it's just like, it's hard to operate from that position. So finding some balance, having some conversations, communicating effectively, that always helps everything. So that's a good place to start, effective communication. But experiment with that a little bit. Like I said, kind of work backwards from the point of obliger rebellion and see if we can have an effective conversation and just get some help. Because you gotta being willing to ask other people to help you. You got to be willing to delegate some things and realizing you don't have to do everything yourself. So taking ownership over what you can control, like we always talk about. So,
yep.
Does that help?
Gotcha. Yes, it does.
You've got homework, Tracy. You've got homework
Yay.
to do
Good.
this week.
The obliger in me is happy.
Yeah. So let's put that out there. That like this week, I need you to, why don't you just do like a check-in email saying, okay, here's what my week of calorie cycling looks like. What do you think? And just send that my direction before Sunday, not Sunday at midnight. Like midweek would be nice.
Okay.
I'm traveling this week. So let's do it by Wednesday actually, because I'll be on the road Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll work a little bit. So let's do it then. All right.
Okay. Yep.
Excellent, Tracy. And I got your back, and I'll help you out however I can. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you're someone that has been sucked into that black hole of weight loss doom, where you lose that weight, you gain it back over and over and over again, I would love to help you out by providing you with some coaching, a rock solid monthly game plan, and I'm going to plug you into an amazing transformation tribe of like-minded people.
Head on over to millionpoundmission.com and get all of the information on my Transformation ReBoot membership. See you on the next episode.